Hello, Rob Lambert here with AssetProtectionTraining.com. Today I'm going to take on an interesting topic, and what I'm about to say is subject to many exceptions. I'm going to take on issue of bankruptcy and its relationship to asset protection. In these courses on this site, AssetProtectionTraining.com, we will be going into Chapter 11, Chapter 13, Chapter 7, bankruptcy filings in detail. There's a time and a place for them, and they make great sense in some cases. But there's one overriding rule when anybody is considering bankruptcy and asset protection. And I mean asset protection planning using trusts. Bottom line is bankruptcy and asset protection normally do not mix. They are oil and water. Why is this? It's because of some new provisions, well, 5-year-old provisions, in the bankruptcy code that bring in asset protection trusts to the estate. There's a 10-year clawback. So unless your planning is more than 10 years old and funded before that 10 years, it's bankruptcy is anathema to it. You don't want to have your plan subjected to a federal judge who's the closest thing to God on earth. Appointed for life, unlimited virtual power, nobody to criticize them. Bankruptcy judges are not to be messed with. So don't mess with them. And if you're considering an asset protection trust and bankruptcy, go bankrupt first. Never ever consider bankruptcy as an option once you've done offshore or even onshore asset protection planning using a trust. That's the basic part of this rule. With that said, I have taken people with old and cold, I'm talking 11, 12-year-old plans. I've taken them through Chapter 7 and other types of bankruptcies. I don't do bankruptcies. I'm not a lawyer. I don't do any of that stuff, but I get in the middle of it a lot. And I've taken them through the bankruptcy process, and their trusts remained untouched, but their trusts were very old, and no games had been played. My clients didn't fudge any rules. They completely disclosed everything. And so it can work. But in 99% of the cases, just remember, bankruptcy and asset protection trusts do not mix. They are oil and water. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate your time, and we'll give you a lot more good information.